Hello! Welcome back. It's back to uni season and everyone's went back to uni like the past week at my uni, but I know different people are starting different things at this time of the year. If you have just started uni or you just went back for the semester, I hope that you're settling in well, and I wanted to bring this video as just a way to demystify Notion a little bit because I love Notion and it's my go-to thing, whether it's with medicine for notes or if I'm planning videos for YouTube or if I'm learning something else like languages. I do it all in my Notion. I've learned how to set it up now, but let me tell you, when I first started using Notion, it was not easy. The learning curve is steep, but now it's so straightforward. So I want to share how to use it so that you can avoid spending hours on it and then giving up and crying like I did in the early days. So let's go through how to set up a page. Now, the reason I want to show you all this is because there are different templates and stuff you can use, but I find that it's a lot more helpful, especially to make it like a productive Notion, if you set up your own one so that it's actually got things that you use and it's not just got like a bunch of random trackers that aren't really going to help you, you know? What you want to do is go to Notion and download the Notion app. Is it an app? The Notion app. So if you just type Notion in, you will get this page where you can get Notion for free. You don't need to pay for it. So download it here, do it now, and we'll get this set up together. Perfect. I'll assume you've downloaded it. So what you start off with when you've got Notion is just a completely blank page. I would always start with just making like a dashboard because you're maybe going to want more than one thing on your Notion. So this is just a good home screen where we're going to then branch everything else off of. So for example, this is my Notion dashboard and it's nothing fancy. I've got like a couple of cute things, a little quote, and then I have all of my links for things that I use Notion for. So mainly it's my medicine thing. So you can take a look at my different Notions I've set up. So this is my first one for year 4. As I said, I like to keep it super basic and then put like little gifts and things in that will just make me happy because it's all about enjoying using it. This is my year 5 Notion page. We went for a bit of more of a nature vibe. And then I use a study planner, which I don't really like because I use like a physical planner for that, but I can show you how to set that up if it's something that you'd like. This is my one for this year. I think I have developed my Notion skills and I really like this one. So I've just got the different sections that I use for the big exams that I've got, a little countdown, some mood boards. I love a mood board. And then this is a wee Pomodoro timer, course materials and other. So this is the kind of page that I'm going to show you how to set up because I find that this is the most actually functional page that you will use and it keeps everything super organized. So let's do it. What I like to do on the dashboard homepage is go to these 3 dots and make it full width first. So this means it'll take up the whole page, whereas if it's small width, it only takes up like the middle column. So I do that. I also turn on small text because I just hate it when text is too big. And then often I'll make it serif as well, just as like the basic settings up here. There's a few different commands on Notion and you can see here it says press slash and then you can just type what you want, or you can do slash to bring up the different sort of commands. So if you just press slash, it will show you all the different types of blocks that you can put in. So if I do slash and then I can start typing heading and it'll bring them up, or you can just scroll down to them and find it. So I like to use heading 2. I will say navigation on my dashboard, and then if you click this little 3 dots, I can change the color of this title here with the background to give it like a bit of separation. Let's just say we want to then create a page for uni from this. So you go slash and then you can either scroll down and find page, or you can go like this, type slash then type page, and it'll come up and it'll bring you to a new page. So now you can see up here that you can go back to your dashboard and then you can click into this new page. And Notion is just like pages within pages. So if you've got like Word and you've got a bunch of different separate Word files, I feel like it's very messy in a folder, whereas here you can have a bunch of different pages and it all feels together still. Like, it's just very satisfying for how I like to view things. But yeah, now we've got a new page. We can call this one Year 6 Medicine. And again, because this is like a dashboard page, again, I'm gonna go small text, full width, and we'll put it in a serif font. Up at the top, you can add a cover and you can pick from ones in here. They've got a bunch of pre-generated ones. What I more often like to do is come over to Pinterest and I'll search for a mood board, or I'll search for any sort of keyword for the vibe that I'm wanting, and then I will scroll through and just find one that I like this one is quite cute actually. I'm gonna screenshot here. You can go back to Notion, then we can upload the file. Cute. Now you click reposition and you can drag it to wherever you want. Save. Then also you can add an icon. I'll put a little sunflower. At the top, I like to have sections for my big things. So if I go /page, and I would probably put course materials here. And then again, I'll put another page. So I can call this one quick conditions. And then I can have a page for contacts. Each new thing will just automatically be below each other. So if I go to the quick conditions and go to these 6 little dots again, you can hold onto that and drag it up to be next to course materials, and it will make a column of 2. And then again, I can do that with contacts and drag it beside to make a column of 3. Then to separate off this top section, I'll do slash, and then I know there's a block called divider, so I can start typing that and it'll come up to just draw a line under that. An easy way to make things look cute with minimal effort is to just click on this little page icon and it will let you select an emoji. What we can put in is a little header again. So if you click slash and then start typing header, this one notes, and I will change the color. In here, I would put just the names of all my different classes. So I'll just put in some, for example, as I did with these, I'm gonna make these into their own column. We'll drag and drop beside to create our 3 columns. And once you've got the 3 columns, you just need to basically drag under, and these little lines will show whether you're adding it to its own line here, the blue lines right across, or whether you're adding it to this column, or this column. Careful you don't drag and drop like this, because that's going to put it inside this page. You see? So, and you can just put it back like that. But yeah, if you drag and drop on top of something, it'll put it inside to make sure it's got the blue line, so you're putting it below. You can also do like 4 columns, like look, if I do this beside these, I can make a 4th column, if that is like cuter to you, but I don't mind just doing 3 and I'll just go back to that. Again, let's stick some different icons in. I was going into a note-taking page. I do leave these ones not full width, but I like to turn on small text for everything and serif. So like you can see the heart has 4 chambers. Then if I wanted to make a list, you do dash and then space. If you don't know what you want to put in, you can always click slash and then you can scroll down and it will give you everything. So here's a bulleted list and you can do it that way. The other thing that I quite like to use in my notes is toggle menus. We can do slash and then you can scroll down to toggle list here. And it basically has a little arrow and you can put information within it. If I'm looking over these notes again in the future, I can kind of test myself and we can hide the answer. And then I can put 4 in here. And that's a quick way to add like kind of flashcards in the middle of your notes. The next thing that you can do is add big sections. So these are called callouts. You can change the background color of it, and you can also change this little icon. Within these pages, you also always have the option to drag and drop things next to each other and create columns. So I could drag this over and make it next to here, And then you can also adjust how big each column is by moving the slider. Those are all the main things that I use. Obviously I add like headings and things as well. And then I also use dividers to divide different sections like that. So yeah, that's everything that I use within a page to make notes. And then you go back here and you're on your home screen, and then you can go in and get your notes. The next thing we can do is we can add like a calendar. To do that, you go to calendar view here, and then we can just say a new database if we've not got it yet. So let's call this my uni schedule. And I don't really like how this looks normally, so I go here and I'll just hide the database title so that I can't see that. And then from here you can just add different things. If you've got a due date, for example, you can edit the type of property it is here. Like I could say status, not started, in progress, or done. So then I can say that's in progress, and then it will show that task on my calendar and it will show it's in progress. I can add any extra notes, blah blah blah. And we can add a study tracker. Scroll all the way down and let's say board view this time. Do that and it'll automatically bring up this kind of a view. So you want to just say a new database. So what I've done is went into the properties and I have added a new one called day of the week. And you do this by clicking new property and then adding multi-select, and then you can say day of the week. So let's go into here and I will add our days of the week. Let's do that, and then we can click new view as a board, and our group done by their day of the week. They're not in the right order right now, so we'll move them. There's a no day of the week option, so I'm gonna hide that one. You can add the task here. Now let's try and make this cute, because right now it does look a bit basic. I use a couple of different things for that. So first of all, let's drag a block up next to this calendar. I'm also going to bring this title just above the calendar. Let's come across to this website called Indify. You can sign up for here and then you get 6 free widgets. So do be conscious of what you're using on this, because you could easily like use them all up when you're not realizing. One of the widgets that I really like is this days until exam one. I've already put in all of my information for this, and once you've got it how you like, down here you can click on the clipboard to copy it, come back to Notion, and this is an embedded link. So you go slash and then search for embed. There it is there. And then you paste in the link that you got from Indify and it should bring up this little widget. So I can even do that and bring it over so that that's a bit more even. They have a ton of other ones as well. Like they've got different quotes, the weather, images. I quite like this clock one as well. Let's make it a serif font. Again, yeah, you just copy that and then come back here. And I can do slash. This thing I just want to scroll down and find embed to show you how to do it that way. Here it is, embedded, and we'll paste that in, or we'll try to. And there we have our little flip clock. I might even move this flip clock up to here. Under here you can make a box. And I'm just going to move these above and then drag that on top. So a bit more central with that. It's starting to look a bit more put together. This is a website called Aption, and it's another embedded sort of a link. So you can do that and just go embed, and that's like a different kind of styled one. So you can mess about and see which ones that you like. The one that I do like from Aption is the Focus Pomodoro timer. And there we are. We have a little focus thing, and this is a Pomodoro timer, so you can just start it and then it'll count down for you. You can also change how this looks here by going to general and then picking a different theme, so I can do that and save it and it's different. Let's add some movement. So I like to go to tenor and just find any GIFs that are making me feel seen, like this one. If I'm midway through the year and it's just not hitting, you know? With these ones, the embedded link doesn't work for me, at least. So I click on the URL and then you can go to embed and just embed it with the URL. And it should work. And there we go, we've got a little GIF just to add something fun, you know? You can also add different photos. Let's find one that goes with our theme. So this one's cute with our theme. I'm just screenshot this little section here. And you can actually just drag and drop. So yeah, that's mainly everything that I use Notion for. It's a really simple dashboard to keep all of your notes organized and just have the most successful, productive year ahead for you. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to link this page that I've made just below if you want to use this exact one. I hope that I've given you the tools though to customize them and make a Notion that will really work for you and help you just be productive this year. I want you to smash it. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!